The final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome, everyone, to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the UCF Knights, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Will put total level to crank us up. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The lone back's got it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Now they'll try the right side. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Guys, let's take a minute here and look big picture for Tennessee. It's been a season to remember so far, fresh off their new top 10 ranking. How far can this team go?
Well, they're starting to get there now, right? And I think once you get some big wins, Jesse, and you start to...
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on third down.
And the Volunteers will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and just like that, they'll have to give it up. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. It's Williams. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And in my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field, making the nice tackle.
The run to the left. Jumped on top of the pile.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed. If it doesn't work, why would you run the ball on 2nd and long? You stink, OC. Or you get the big applause and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping the manageable 3rd down situation. Good call. So tough spot to be in 2nd and long. Nice answer, nice run by the running back.
Trying to hit the sideline on the right. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down.
Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, 3rd and short. I just got to fall forward and get the 1st down, Palmer. But the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up something easy. You know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
He'll keep it on the sneak. The Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. Now they're going to throw it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. Makes the catch. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on third down. Got it looking for a first. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, UCF!
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Looks like he's going to try to return it. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So here is the Tennessee offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Caught over the middle. It's Jefferson.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Grabbed in the back of the field. It's Jefferson. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And I love the aggressiveness by the defense. Third down and short, I'm going to play with my DBs up. Play aggressive. Try to take away those RPOs, those quick throws, those easy routes. Did a really good job and made the tackle, forcing the fourth down.
Caught near the sticks. It's Jefferson. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. Touchdown, Knights. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback may change this route. Back to throw. It's Underwood. Got a man. It's Jackson.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
The Vols can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll go to the ground. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
He'll take it himself. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
The Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. He unleashes a long one. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. We've reached the end of the period, and it's UCF holding the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the 2nd. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They'll leave it with him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, there's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front. And as a result, they lose yardage.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Throwing right. Found a seam. Breaks into the open. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Couldn't quite get it into the end zone as he's run out of bounds at the 7.
The closer you get to the end zone, the more you start to bring big bodies on the field, right? The field shrinks. I'm worried about you running the football, particularly up the middle. But how about the offense? Does a nice job tossing the ball on the perimeter, going out there, getting some positive yards, trying to get 7. I ain't settling for their field goal.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability to stop the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short.
3rd down and short is exactly what you want on offense because you can run the football, make the defense suck up, but you can also throw it. Nice execution, 3rd and short. Now
Sneak gets it done. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all 3 phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense is not allowed a point, and the offense is going up and down the field, and they score another touchdown here before the end of the 1st half.
And he's going to bring it out. He had a vision of getting loose, but he'll go out of bounds at the 18. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work. And the ball's loose in the backfield.
Bang.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Dropping back, it's Underwood. Just a short pass to the tight end. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Might be calling a hot route. Second down, they'll go to the air. Stands in and takes the hit. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His 2nd interception in the first half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Short completion last play. Let's see if they throw it again. Motion from the back. Going to swing it on 2nd down. A strike downfield. All out of space. The 10. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that cover.
Touchdown, UCF! And they take it in for 6 more points.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run.
Set to kick off.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Vols want to crank the tempo. Might be changing the route. Scanning the field, it's Underwood. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
Guys, let's talk a little bit about Tennessee. Now, they'd love to win this one today, secure that spot in the conference championship game, a remarkable achievement. They can't really think this one's in the bag yet.
No, they've just got to continue focusing on the task at hand. I think that's a big reason why they're in this position that they find themselves in. They take care of business each and every game, David. Some hardware to be won down the road potentially, but you got to win this one.
No doubt, and I think it's hard because you're starting to see the finish line now. Getting later in the season, knowing where you're
Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Tennessee! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a pass from 40 yards out. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll start this drive going to the air, setting up the screen. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
The Knights can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Back to pass. He's going to take off.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping him.
The give to the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be second and 5. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Halfway there on first down, it's second and 5. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Knights will hustle to the line. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Finds the tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Toss sweep to the right. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The play action fake. Snagged out of the air. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal.
Stop me when you've heard this before. First down, first down, first down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this...
Give him 6. Touchdown, Knights.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
Tennessee, 7.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. And the tackle is made on the return man, but there is a flag on the play. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. This is a designed run. That'll be a beneficial run as he creates some breathing room and gets it up to the 13-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. He'll pull it down. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Volunteers will kick it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. They'll start the third quarter with the run. Runs through a tackle. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
Right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
They'll run play action. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Forced out of the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down.
Great job rallying to the football by this defense. Third down, QB's trying to extend the play, but great team speed on defense, now setting up fourth.
On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab, first down, still on his feet. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. Gets away from one, finds room. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
How many guys are left grabbing for air as he gets it to the 26-yard line?
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Ball's at the 26. It's third and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. Bulldozes his way through. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. The Knights started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Yeah, it felt incomplete because you did a great job of getting to the quarterback. He's in the pocket. Yeah, he's comfortable, but you get in there and you get a hit on him. Now he feels it. Can't throw the football. Can't follow through with his arm motion. Nice job by the defense.
They'll send the back in motion. On the option. Now the pitch. Oh, what a cut! He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is defensively.
Scores on the sneak. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
That makes the score UCF 42, Tennessee 7.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. The give to the back. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they...
There he goes. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The ball's headed quickly to the line.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Fires one high and deep. Makes a catch at the 15. Touchdown ball. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there. A difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Trying to get the corner. Finds a little space. Turning it on. And he picks up the first down, and he does it I'm not going to say spin move. That was a pirouette. It was elegant. It was beautiful. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Gets the back moving. Wants to throw on 1st down. It's complete. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but if you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. They're really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive game.
Smashes through the tackle. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home.
Well, the quarterback has looked his way early, and he's looked his way often all game long. Now he's got over 150 yards when throwing to that guy.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, UCF!
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
14.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunities. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And the defense was on its heels after that long completion. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Steps away. He's going to run it. Get all you can, then get down with the slide. The Volunteers come to the line in the hurry-up.
This has been a real fun game to call, guys, because we've got two quarterbacks that are getting it done on the ground. Both of these guys have had tremendous success. That time the defense wasn't in position. They weren't able to rally to him early enough, and you kind of get the feeling moving forward, whichever defense figures out the other running quarterback first, that's probably the team that wins.
He's got his man. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. To the ground to try to move the chains. Got enough space. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. And the Vols have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. The snap sets up the throw. Touchdown, Volunteers! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
has it once again. What do you think about that? This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now in the same pit.
Oh, he's got some space. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
Outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
It'll be 3rd and long. Gonna look downfield again. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Got room on the return. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Well, this offense really felt coming into today they were going to have to throw the football. And for the most part, David, this quarterback has been lights out. That time, though, he lets it get away from him a little bit, and that was a critical INT for the defense and their confidence.
They needed something, man. They've given up a lot of yards, and that's the thing about the defense. Just sometimes it can change in one play. They make the interception, they force the turnover, and hopefully, for their sake, maybe get in the quarterback's head just a little bit.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Unloads to the right. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And they'll take over.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The Knights will have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the grab on the left. Continues to fight for yards. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Quick release on the RPO. And they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two teams inside the Big 12 squaring off today, and it's now a final. Here's a quick recap. Notre Dame took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. And it felt like how that 2012 Irish team led by Manti Te'o would just take the will of opposing teams. Impressive to watch. Big 12 football at its finest, gentlemen. Just when you think you have things figured out, a game like this happens.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Underwood. Looking for a deep man. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the...
Intercepted for the 11th time. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26.
And you want to still be aggressive. A lot of times aggressiveness is what gets you a lead, but at the same time, man, we got to take care of the football. We can't make dumb mistakes time and time again.
Looking for the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through the end, but this is pretty much window dressing. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this one.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going that maybe you can build.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute.
Breaks into the open. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The option look. He'll toss it. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
This quarterback is making outstanding decisions so far in this game, and you've already seen it throwing the football. The guy already has over 200 yards passing, but he's doing it in the running game as well. Really good decision that time. Seeing nobody accounting for the pitch guy, you flip it out, you pick up a nice play offensively. Really good football IQ from the quarterback position.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Gets rid of it. Firing to the right, complete. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll immediately call timeout. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Sends it back in motion. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Makes a grab past the marker. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Looking to scramble. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Got a little space. Got enough for the first down. Bust through behind his pad. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They put together an 81-yard drive, and the capper came on a 34-yard jaunt to the end zone. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he's going to bring this one out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Makes the catch on the right side. Hits the crease. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, the consolation prize, if you will. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and you keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
And they did tack on the extra point. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well and not give back that last score. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. The throw. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Turnover margin always goes such a long way in deciding who wins the football game. Interception number 3, that is no bueno. Got to take care of the football. Can't keep putting your defense in a bad position, putting them on the field time and time again.
Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. And the Volunteers racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Under fire. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. The Vols have it in scoring position on first and goal. Quarterback will keep it. Touchdown, Tennessee! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, and Listen, that is awesome to see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight. You powered in for the touchdown and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Motion from the back. To the air on first down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They built a huge lead. Now, incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Trying the left side. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
Man, that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
Trying to turn the corner on the right. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. He lobs one high down the left side. And it's picked off by the defender, but he's out of bounds. Couldn't get the foot down. It's incomplete. You sort of think that over the years you get immune to these types of upsets, but this one is a shocker that might go on the list of all-timers.
Dude, huge win. Like, you can't say enough about being a team with a considerable talent disadvantage. Like, you're the underdog for a reason. You go with, this is a top 10 team you're playing against. Like, everything says you shouldn't win, but Palmer, they came out and they absolutely took care of business.
Yeah, they showed up in the biggest moment. You got to give these players a ton of credit. They may not be as talented as their opponent, but this was a game and an opportunity